On this episode of ResiWeek, TM Homes has a new Live Well program, and Hunter Douglas has a new battery wand. All this and more on this episode of ResiWeek.
The network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.
This is ResiWeek episode 238. It's like a drill.
Support for AVNation is brought to you by
Just Add Power, the global leader in video over IP solutions with systems that give you easy installation, unmatched scalability, and outstanding performance.
Welcome to this week's episode of ResiWeek, your weekly roundup of all the latest news and stories for the residential AV industry. I'm your host, Matt D. Scott for AVNation.tv, and this week we are pleased to be joined by some good friends of mine. First, we have Richard Fregosa. He is the principal of Fregosa Design. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Mellow West Coast smoke-filled greetings. Right now, we're dealing with just a small group of fires in California. Just 1 million acres, teeny tiny.
Just a little fire.
Just a teeny tiny one.
Just a little one. Well, luckily it's a big state, so that's highly insensitive. I'm sorry. Then we have Scott Stevenson. He is the Director of Product Management for Motorization at Hunter Douglas. How are you, sir?
I'm doing really well, dealing with California's smoke and our own from our Colorado wildfires. So we get it the double whammy.
As long as you're home growing as well. It's not, just piping it in for fun. I'm going to get hate mail for this intro. Last but not least, we have Jeff Mitchell. He is the President of Lumitech. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks. A little warm here today, but we'll be doing fine.
No smoke in Rhode Island today?
Zero smoke.
Fantastic. We just have haze and humidity over here in Ontario, so kind of in the same boat. Gentlemen, let's kick this off with a story that comes to us from CE Pro. Taylor Morrison is launching TM Live Well for Healthier Homes. If you don't know Taylor Morrison, they are a fairly large home builder, and by fairly large, they are the 5th largest home builder and developer in the U.S., and they are starting a new standard offering for all of their new construction, as in yet to be built homes, beginning on August 1st. That is going to kind of jump on the health and wellness trend. And to do that, they are starting this off with a base package that essentially is going to include a Lennox whole home air filtration system, a Honeywell T6 Pro Smart T-Stat, as well as a Broan Newtone Surface Shield bath fan that actually looks really, really cool. That has a LED tech on it that is supposed to kill bacteria and fungi and mold and all those other fun things that love to grow in bathrooms, as well as a GE Smart Whole Home Water Filtration System, some fancy paint from Sherwin-Williams, and the Moan Motion Sense touchless faucets. Richie, I want to start with you on this. I'm continually conflicted with the wellness conversation, because to me, a lot of this stuff is stuff that, at least around here, we've been doing a lot of these things for quite a while in most of our new homes. Kudos again to TM for implementing this as a kind of broad package. But we've had Life Breath for a while. We've had Smart T-Stats for quite a long while. The Broan is brand new and looks really, really cool. The water filtration is not something that you normally see in a lot of homes. You have a 3/4 inch pipe coming into the house and it goes from there. Is this more marketing than substance, or is this a really good step?
I think the first thing is what do you do to separate yourself in the market? If you're the 5th largest home builder, you're constantly looking at how to become the 4th largest home builder. In terms of home purchasing, right? Let's face it first, right? It's location, location, location. Then you're after number of bedrooms, and you're after number of bathrooms, and you're checking the boxes, when you're purchasing a home. And then when you get down to, it's between this home or that home, then it becomes the creature comforts, right? Then we start talking about are you prepared for future proofing? Was what we used early on. The wellness trend is moving on for obvious reasons. It's making sense. In some parts of the U.S., Whether you're in a metropolitan area, whether you're in an urban area, a suburban area, or even further out, there are items that don't necessarily make it out to some parts of the country. And so, if you're in a major metropolitan area, if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, if you're in New York, if you're in Philly, if you're in Chicago, there are going to be some basic requirements that you plan on the infrastructure working on. But, if you go to areas of the Midwest and, people are still working off of wells and septic systems. So at that point, instead of a filtration system that's happening at the municipal level, you're dealing with a filtration system at the local level. So, they're basically saying, hey, wellness is something that we care about. And if you buy one of our homes, we are taking a look at the whole well-being of the family moving in. And so, I think we're going to see more of it. I don't think we're going to see less of it. It's like anything else, is that once somebody starts, at that point, from a differentiation standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, if it's of nominal increased cost to the sale price of the home, then they're going to do it because it's just smart business at that point. They're not going to give it away. So it's trying to create cachet at this point from the beginning. So I think it's great, especially when you're dealing with any type of tract home or subdivision or anything else. You're creating a new space for a brand new population. So why not do the right thing and, put in the things that help keep them healthier?
Scott, when you see this coming from a major manufacturer like Hunter Douglas, this is something that, to me, you guys could kind of play into as far as ways to, again, maybe not necessarily the wellness side, but specifically the ecological side, making that home run better and be more efficient and take advantage of it. How do you get that message across without it really becoming just a, hey, buy our product?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's a very fine line when you're trying to market something around, whether it be health and wellness, whether it be environmental. You want to make people feel good about what they're doing, but not in a way that makes them feel like, okay, this company's just trying to sell me something. And so I think a lot of it then really comes down to how you position it, and just focus on the benefits of what it is that you're doing. Whether that, I think about the Taylor Morrison thing, and they're definitely jumping onto something here that I think is kind of at the tops of people's minds at the moment, especially because we're all spending so much time in our houses right now. Money that last year would have been spent on a vacation is being spent on making your home a more pleasant place to be. And everybody is thinking about, how do I make my home safer? How do I make the environment in my home safer and healthier for me? So I think it's a good thing for them to do. We do similar types of stuff from the standpoint of Hunter Douglas and our shades, but we definitely try and be, I think, a little subtle about it. When we talk about how you can use shades to bring natural light into your home, that kind of stuff. We have a new fabric for our roller screen shades that's being built or made from recycled material, basically plastic pulled from the ocean. So, that's the kind of thing that you can put it out there. You can tell people about it. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel like, hey, I'm spending a bunch of money here on something that is not, maybe, by in of itself, all that environmentally friendly, but hey, I'm doing it in an environmentally friendly way. And I think it's really just about the messaging then. It's about how do you get that across in a way that doesn't seem like you're trying to sell something.
Yeah, very good. Jeff, when you see this, and I'm sure, because you've been in the business for a while as well, that you've seen that progression that we've had the last 6 months to a year, where everyone is touting wellness as the next golden goose for us as integrators. When you see what TM is doing, is this something that you can look at it and say, they're not really digging that deep into this, maybe there is a lot of room for us as integrators to jump into this market.
I think this as a wellness product is really a marketing effort to talk about products that are part of a well-built home already. I mean, with as tight as the modern buildings are built today, they have to do a good job with air filtration, right? With what you've got going on for a modern climate control system around Honeywell isn't probably the right choice. I think they just put together a bunch of products that are the good practices for building and put a good marketing name on them. I think that's more the direction for integrators, is to help building with the best available practices, right?
Yeah, I love that.
I don't know that we will call it wellness. We've tried this before with green initiatives and energy efficient initiatives and different. I think for us, what gets traction is helping them deliver really the best built homes.
Hey, thanks for watching the first segment of this week's episode. To catch the entire show, please click the link below or visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.